Hi folks, in this email video we're going to look at how to create folders, how to organize our email, keep our inbox as small as possible, and also how to create some labels and manage those. So here's basically how it works. The first thing I wanted to show you, just start off by highlighting things. So you can use these stars to sort of highlight emails that you think might be important or fit into a certain category. Then you can go up here, and I'll just uncheck this box for a second. You can go up here and you can click on starred, and anything that has a star next to it will be check marked, and you can move all of those at one time into a folder that you've created. You must have this checked in order to see this menu. So the first thing I'd like you to do is check that box, go all the way over to this folder, click on it, go all the way down to create new, and you are creating a new folder. But really, I shouldn't be saying folders, although I'll continue to do that. We're creating a label, and I'll explain the difference in just a minute. But we're going to name this label or folder good. And in just a second we'll click create, but I want to explain nested labels. If you're creating a folder inside of a folder, they call that a nested folder. Just like those nesting dolls, like the Russian dolls that you pull apart and there's another doll inside, and you pull that apart and there's another one. It's a nested label. So I'm going to click on create. Over here you can see I've created this folder called good, and inside that folder I have one thing. Now, I notice that I have admin set. I'm going to uncheck that and apply. And now all I have is that one email in my good folder. You can tell that it's the good folder because of this. And I can go to the inbox and look and see if it's there as well. And so here's how this is going to work. I'm going to go back to my good folder down here, and I'm now going to move it back. So I'm going to check this checkbox, go to the folder, move it to my inbox. So click on inbox and it will move it. So it is in my inbox. It tells you it's in the inbox, even though we're still in the good folder. That's why this gets confusing. So if I look at my inbox, there it is. Okay? It's in the good folder, and so it should say good right here, and oftentimes will. But here's the problem. These folders are not folders like you would normally find on your computer. So I'll explain it this way. Assume we got a dog, and we created a dog house with one window called our inbox. If we look through the window, we get to see the dog on the other side, and we have one dog. If I put a window on the other side and I go around to the other side of the dog house, maybe that window, we'll call that window our good window. If I look through that window, I'll see a dog. It's not that I have two dogs. I just made two windows, so I have two different ways of seeing the same dog. And this email, I can see it through my inbox, but I can also see it through my good folder. Okay, and I'll prove that to you now by going up here to More, go down to, hold on, sorry, the folder, go down to Manage Labels. And here are all of the labels that I've got. You can hide those, you can edit those, and you're going to look for the good folder, and here it is. I can change the name here if I wanted to. I can also hide that label, but I can also remove it, which is what we're going to do. So click on Remove and Delete. So if you look on the side, our good folder is gone. If I go to the inbox, I still have the email that was in the good folder, so it did not delete the email. It essentially just got rid of the second window in the doghouse. I still have the dog, I just don't have the other window to see the dog from. Okay, so that's how we use our folders. You've been able to create a label or a folder. You've been able to move an email from one folder to another folder, and you were able to delete one of the folders. Now I'll go over here to these labels. You can add labels to this. So if I clicked on admin and clicked apply, you'll see it says admin now. If I looked in my admin folder, I will find this email in it. Okay, so if I go down to admin, there's the email that I just sent. Okay, if I click on that email, go to labels, uncheck admin, and apply, it's no longer in here, but it's still here in my inbox. So I'm not moving it around, I'm just putting different labels on it. The next thing I wanted to show you is the last thing we'll talk about in this video, and that is how to filter or block someone's emails. So here's a filter message like these. We're going to click on filter messages like these. It's filtering everything that came from my email address since I sent this email to myself. And so if I block this or filter it out, any emails I sent to myself will now get filtered out and put into a group. We'll tell the computer what to do with this group of emails in our next step. But we can also have it so if a particular person, let's say Bob, if the message goes to me and to Bob, it automatically can have an action take place, either delete it or forward it on to Bob or something like that. You can do that with subjects, you can do it with just keywords, so there's a lot of options here. We're just going to go down and create the filter, and here's what we can do with this email now that we have filtered it out. And every email that ever comes into my inbox will be filtered using this filter. So I can skip the inbox and just send it right to an archive folder that saves it. I can mark it as read. I can make the star highlight. I can apply a particular label or forward it to someone like Bob. I can delete the message, which is usually what you're doing when you create a filter. You're making it so that an advertisement from a business or something like that will just get deleted. Or if you're being harassed or bullied, you could delete their emails this way, or even skip the inbox and send it to an archive so you could still show it to a teacher or an adult. But in this case, I would just delete this email. I click on Create Filter, and we're done creating the filter. I don't want this filter to actually take place, so I'm just going to exit out right here. So in this video, we've learned how to use our labels, folders, how to move emails around in labels and folders, and also how to create a filter to block certain mail. So I hope you've enjoyed the video and learned an awful lot.